everybody, let's go ahead and let's cut straight into the chase. So, some developers reached out to me and they asked me to try out this game called Combatants. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what this game's about, but I am going to assume it is probably kind of like maybe battleground / fighting themed. So yeah, I'm going into this, no expectations, absolutely nothing. And I guess by the end of this video, you will know whether you too want to play this game, or I don't know, I guess we'll find out at the end. So yeah, like and subscribe, stick to the very end, join my Discord server, linked in the description. And apart from that though, let's go ahead and let's jump right into this. Alright, so first things first, we have a tutorial. Now, let's see. So we have a bunch of moves over here. Selected fusion, hell, fire. Now it seems like we have a bunch of different, I guess, techniques. For example, T, B, X, Z, H, and it seems like all of them just like do some kind of like different attack or like different ability. So let's go through it slowly, one by one. So let's see, starting off with the tutorial. Right now, you're playing as Scorpion. Okay, you'll be able to switch characters once you finish the tutorial. So this game is going to be having not only a bunch of moves per character, but maybe a bunch of characters as well. But yeah, learning the fundamentals. We press left control to toggle sprint. Okay, so if I just go ahead and press it, this is what sprinting looks like. Now, I guess this is going to be our little mini dummy over here, which when we go ahead and press left click, as you guys can see, we are going to be starting to damage him. Now, at this very moment, I am going to be playing without sound because when I do put on sound, there is kind of music, and just in case it is copyrightable or whatever, I'm just going to keep it off. But I don't think it really matters anyways, because what you guys mostly care about is actually the animations, which I can't lie, this is actually looking really nice. Like, have a look at all of these like spin attacks. Plus as well, keep in mind, since we're Scorpion, we have like some kind of like after attack damage where like when he'll be like burning or something. So yeah, it seems like some characters are going to be having some kind of like passive abilities. Then from there we have the ability to dash and as well do some kind of flash click by pressing R. So ooh, seems like we basically destroyed him with that attack. Let's just go ahead and let's try that again. Okay, nice. We're doing quite a lot of damage. And as well, we have the fire punch, which is going to be a V attack. And okay, I think I get it now. All of these like numbers is how much damage you do. I see. So if we press the mouse button number 2, so right click. Okay, if you press right click a bunch of times, it will do like an up attack and then you can like combo him in the air. Okay, so it seems like this game really is going to be having quite a lot of like detail, and you can kind of mess around, make up your own combos. And another cool part is that we're not even like halfway through like all the different attacks. We also have double slash when we press T, which yeah, as you guys can see, it kind of puts them in a chain. Then from there, we have counter, which I don't think we're able to test because the dummy isn't exactly attacking us. But yeah, I am going to assume if he were attacking, probably would be able to like respond in some way. Again, if needs be, we'll jump into a main game and test it out. But for the time being, we can't exactly test that. But yeah, last 3 moves, we have the demon dash, which we grab. Ooh, is this like an ultimate attack? I'm not entirely sure. Hold on, let's have a look at that again. So if we press X, we like grab him, we go on fire, and then we just toss him across the map. Pretty cool, can't lie. Kunai grab. Apparently this one's supposed to do around 10 damage, so let's see. Okay, this one is a very close ranged attack. So when we're right in front of him and press Z, we grab him and basically do around 10 damage. So it's kind of probably like a stun kind of attack, you know? Like imagine he's fighting back, right? And you just want to quickly like stun him for a second. That's where you press Z. Or at least I think so. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we get into like fighting real players. Now, the final thing that is left to showcase is the ultimates. Now, I'm not sure if this is an attack or just a mode. Let's find out. We press H and okay, it is actually an attack itself and not like a upgrade. So let's press H and ooh, okay. Wait, did we just basically one-shot him? Hold on, what? Let's try that again. I want to see if I actually one-shot him. So we press H, the cutscene starts, and then, okay, we don't one-shot him. We do 35 damage, like it says over here. But yeah, as I was saying, though, this animation looks really clean. Like, have a look at it once again. It does everything. It attacks them, looks cool, and it kind of has like a bit of an aura flexing moment, if that makes sense. Now, apart from that, though, I think I can showcase a bit more stuff. We have 1, which I think it unlocks a different fusion. Hold on. Okay, 2 selects molten slashes, which I am not sure how different that is. Yeah, the ultimate attack is relatively the same. What about 3? What does 3 do? Okay, 3 is like an attack. 4 does nothing. So, yeah, I'm not sure what fusions do. Let me quickly have a look. Yeah, if needs be, what I'll do is I'll just like hop into like a main game, maybe the Discord server, and ask around. But for the time being, let's have a look. So 3 is an evasive, that's why we dash. F is to block and parry, so like if we want to like catch someone off guard, that's when we press F. C goes ahead and slides. Not entirely sure if that damages them. Let's have a look. Maybe it stuns them. Let's try that again. Okay, no, I think it's just purely like a dodge kind of attack, if that makes sense. Okay, I figured it out. So 1 is the fusion move and 2 is to switch them. So this is what Hellfire looks like when I go ahead and press 1. It is going to be kind of like a cannon of non-stop fire. Then from there, the Molten Slashes, when I go ahead and press 1, it is going to be... Okay, my bad. I completely missed him. Let's try that again. So when I press 1 over here, what are we going to be doing? Oh, okay. So one of them is like a long range attack and another one's like a bully them at close range attack. That actually makes sense. But yeah, apart from that though, I am 99% sure that this is all the tutorial relatively has to offer. Yeah, it seems like that's all the tutorial has to offer. Then again, I might be wrong, but this is what the main page of like the game when you join in looks like, whether you're in a private server or a public server. Now over here, what do we have? Well, we have a bunch of titles, and don't worry, there are titles for like main game players. For example, some of them you need to kill a certain amount of players, others you need to like find secrets around, I guess, this whole like old school map. Then from there we have some kind of like tournament system. And oh, apparently some of these titles actually give you a special effect. For example, some of them are skin changes, others are special buffs when you're fighting certain NPCs, and apparently here's just one that kind of seems very random. Say GG after killing someone 50 times, and it gives you passive healing while standing still out of combat. It's basically a 2 times boost. So yeah, a lot of titles to collect if you are that kind of person that likes to max out stuff. But yeah, let's move on to these other buttons. Alright, so over here we have a how to play section where it kind of just explains what we've already learned in the tutorial. But apart from that, it also gives some other stuff. For example, when to use sliding. And even some other stuff. Apparently we can like run on walls. When facing a ledge, we can press space to grab onto it. Yeah, there is a lot of like movement mechanics that you could potentially learn. Then here's the fusion moves, kind of just explained a little bit. Once again, nothing that we haven't really seen before. Evasives. Apparently they drain your stamina and they can also be modified to, I guess, however you want. So yeah, this might, if I understood it right, this might be one of the only Battlegrounds games where you can actually modify how the moves work. That is actually crazy. But yeah, apart from that though, it seems like we have the ability to rebind any of the moves that I guess we want. So once again, love to see that. And then over here we have storage, which, ooh, okay. So we can quite literally pick whichever characters we want out of, I guess, all of these 7 different options. Now, honestly, I think I'm gonna go with Sung Jinwoo because I'm not sure about you guys. Okay, it's early access. Let's try that again. What about Heaven's Door? You must get at least 250 kills to unlock this character. Okay, what about Brute? Awesome, we can unlock it now. Gauntlets, we need 75 kills. The World, completely free, and Subzero, which is well completely free. Let's try the world, okay? Because if I remember correctly, in another Battlegrounds game, this was kind of like my main character. So let's just hop on in and let's, I guess, test out all these moves. So it seems like we have the exact same amount of moves as before, you know, 1, 2, 3. So let's, I guess, just start running through them. So right over here we have a spin kit, which if we just go ahead and use, okay, I think I completely missed. Let's try that again. So let's watch closely. The cooldown's now out, and Z. Okay, we don't do that much damage with it, which honestly makes sense because it is a pretty fast attack. Over here we have time skip, which if we just go ahead and use. Okay, it's like a dash kind of ability, kind of like a teleport, if that makes sense. Then over here we have R, which is going to be the finisher. Let's just quickly get him into like a combo, and then let's use R. Ooh, actually, that's kind of sick. Yeah, I have a feeling a lot of you like JoJo fans are going to be really, like, huge fans of like some of the sound effects and whatnot. But yeah, knife throw. This is probably like a simple, yep, long range attack. Life drain, which is going to be, Okay, only doing 10 damage. Not really as much as I expected. Let's try that again. Maybe I missed it, or maybe I didn't like use it to its full ability. So V over here. Ooh. Wait, does it break the like block ability? Is it like a one-shot break blocks? I'm not entirely sure. Let's see. V. Yep, seems to basically do just that. It's not really a damage move, it's just the like stun ability. Okay. What about H? The time stop. Oh, okay. So it's like a ultimate move, meaning that I do need some time to like start it up. You know, I can't be like directly next to an enemy. And as well, it has a ridiculously long cooldown, 80 seconds. That is wild. Well, I guess in the meantime, we might as well go ahead and use Barrage. So yep, I don't even need to talk during that. It kind of speaks for itself. Really, really OP. Alright then, let's just quickly, I guess, take out this enemy. So at least, you know, he'll now have max HP when he respawns. Yep, up there. Whilst we're waiting for, you know, my 80 seconds to run out, have a look at the map, by the way. Again, really like classical vibes kind of thing. It's not trying to like stick to like a specific genre. Like it's not like anime or like where I guess all of the characters that are in the game are from. It's kind of just, you know, Roblox, what you would expect. Now, are there probably secrets around the map? Yes, if you guys remember from like the titles, there were some from apparently like reaching the peak of something. Maybe it is that thing over there. No clue what that is. Maybe we'll have a look over there once I guess I use this time stop. So let's, I guess, go near the enemy and let's not hit him so we don't trigger him, right? And yeah, let's use a time stop. So H. Okay, is he like stuck in time? He is, I see. And okay, we can basically spam him during that time with any moves that we want. Alrighty. The best part about that move is how satisfying when like all of the moves like trigger the enemy at the same time, right? So if you hit him 100 times, it's basically gonna hit him 100 times in like a second, which is really, really nice. Let's, I guess, take him out by like playing normally. I'm not even sure. Should I really talk that much in this part? I mean, I don't know. Let's do time skip. And let's just use like some of these moves. I guess one by one, you know, take him out. So V. Oh. I didn't know Life Drain did that. Yeah, I guess it just shows how much you learn as you continue to play the game. Let's just get him into a combo, you know, destroy him. And let's, I guess, finish him off with a simple knife throw. Okay, once again, I'm learning different like passives with each ability. For example, T, the knife throw. Apparently, if you aim it slightly down, you like jump into the air, which could be really, really efficient. Here's an interesting thing. Does this game have finishes? Like when an enemy's 1 HP, right? For example, this enemy, and then we take him out. Is it going to be like having a different attack than what we normally see? I think that was slightly longer, yeah. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is one thing that's, I guess, another bonus to the game. Yeah, I can't lie. I might end up making a stream on this game, you know, because it just seems really, really fun and addicting. I'm not sure how to describe it, but like the large amount of moves, right? I don't think I've ever really seen it in any kind of Roblox game. So yeah, I guess I'm just pretty curious to see how it will go in like a stream or something. But anyways, enough yapping. Is it even possible to get up here? I don't think so, unless I'm like missing something. It just seems genuinely impossible. Yeah, it needs to be hop on the game yourself, guys. Figure it out. I'm sure there's a way somehow. But I think for the time being, I am going to try one more character for this video. So let's see, who do we want to be? We can pick, okay, we can't get Gauntlets. We can't get Heaven's Door. Can we get Subzero? Yes, we can. And now we also have the opportunity to go for the Brute. What sounds cooler? Subzero or Brute? I think I'm gonna go with Subzero. I don't know why, but the idea of maybe having some like ice powers really interests me. And actually, one second, just before we hop into that, I just want to quickly see, does this move, or sorry, does this character have fusions? Yes, it does. Okay, so this is a counter move. Pretty good to know. And then the other one is Vampire Knives, which if we go ahead and press 1, it does something. Hold on, let's try it on an enemy, you know, just in case if maybe when it lands on an enemy, it has like some kind of like, I don't know, if it's vampiric, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of like blood and life draining, you know? So yeah, let's see, jumping on up here, I'm pressing 1. We hit him and nothing seems to happen. Okay. Again, maybe this move might have like some specific conditions you need to meet. Kind of like how Life Drain, like the first 2 times didn't really do anything, but then like the 4th time or whatever, it like sent him flying. So yeah, once again, feel free to jump in here, experiment. But as I just said before, I am really curious to try out the Subzero character. So let's see this bad boy. First of all, we are covered in a very nice ice aura, and it seems like we do have slightly less moves than before? Yeah, honestly, I'm not entirely sure. We have Ice Rain, Ice Slam, Glacial Uppercut, Frostbite Blitz, and then Ice Shard. Yeah, once again, a lot of like ice related moves. Let's try this like Ice Slide thing. So okay, it seems like it actually stuns him, makes him slow, and maybe we get like a small damage multiplier. That is interesting. What about Z Ice Shard? Okay, simple long range attack. Doubt it does anything crazy, especially since it has, you know, a 20-second cooldown. Then we have the right mouse button, which probably does the same thing as before. Frostbite Blitz, let's see what this does. Okay, yeah, you guys see this like multiplier on top of their head? I'm pretty sure it's a damage multiplier, or maybe it's like a slowdown multiplier. Again, not entirely sure, but I am going to assume that it's probably benefiting me in somehow, because if it's benefiting the enemy, then like what's the point, you know? Anyways, enough logical thinking. What about Ice Rain? Is this gonna be like a large range, or sorry, large AoE attack? For the most part, yes, but it's not that large, so I guess you still have to be relatively close to the enemy, so like maybe you get them in a combo and then you use it. In fact, let's go ahead and try it out. So we have him in a combo and then Ice Rain. Nice, nice. Okay, again, doesn't do that much damage, but probably it's mainly for like slowdown or some kind of like debuff, as we talked about before. Now, onto the last 2 moves. We have Ice Slam, which is... okay, that was a huge sound effect and quite a lot of damage as well. Oh, wow, look at that as well. It even damaged the floor. Does Glacial Uppercut do the same? No, not really, but yeah, he's dead. Okay, I think my favorite 2 characters is either this or the world guy, because I don't know why. Again, I really like ice-related attacks. They always have been like really clean. But hey, let's see if the ice character is able to win me over with their 2 fusions. So here is Icebreaker, which is massacring him. Okay, whoa. I guess any enemy that goes against that attack, fear me. What about Frigid Rush? I think that's how you say it. We press 1 and nothing happened. Okay, I think the moves are on cooldown. Let's try now. So if we press 1... okay, either I completely missed him or I missed the point of the attack. Wait, what? Let's see if I can maybe time it properly. I think I have to like hit him at the very end of the charge. So let's do 1 and... there we go. Now we have him. And oh my goodness. Once again, a lot of damage has... hello? Huh, apparently he's back up there. Apparently I beat him so hard, he had to respawn. Who knew you could make an NPC rage quit? That is really funny. But yeah, I think this kind of wraps up this little mini showcase. If you guys want to try out the game for yourself, it will be linked to the description. And yeah, apart from that though, feel free to let me know down in the comments whether you have the same favorite character as me. Once again, I think this might be my favorite one. And also feel free to like and sub, so then I guess this video will reach more people and it will let others know that this is a kind of Battlegrounds game that is probably really worth trying, especially compared to a lot of the Battlegrounds games. This is definitely higher quality than the majority of them. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out!